So if, like me, you set up a new online business, you're all excited and it's all exciting and everything's going fantastically until you suddenly realise, in order for this business of yours or mine to be a success, I need to post on Instagram 20 times a day and post on Facebook and LinkedIn and get those pins pinned on those boards. That's the way you're going to drive customers to your new fantastic business. The trouble is, how do you do all of this and still have a life? And then you realise that you're not a designer. Oh my God, I've got to do email headers and create brochures and talk to customers with glorious designs, and you're so far from a designer, it's unknown. So what I'm going to talk about in today's video is all about production, and it's all about resources. Let's dive in. Okay, I'm Wendy the Brainy Biscuit and welcome. So in today's video I'm going to talk about 3 of the things that are helping me drive my business forward on social media and still have a life. There are lots of other production and resources that I use, and I'll come to those in other videos. So today I want to talk very briefly. This is the world's fastest overview about things like Canva, Hootsuite and Pinterest. So let's dive in and start talking about Canva. Now, if anybody knows me, they know I am so far from a designer, it's ridiculous. I used to work in a design agency, yes I did, and I was banned from the studio because my image relation mind thing just does not work. They'd present me with 14 shades of blue and say pick one for your customer brochure, and I'd go, it's blue. You know, 14 shades of blue didn't work for me. Maybe I could have got behind 50 shades of grey, who knows? But that's how involved in design I am. And it suddenly occurred to me, now I've set up Brainy Biscuit, that I'm going to need all sorts of resources that will need all kinds of desktop publishing. I'm going to need email headers, I need things to put on Facebook, Facebook banners, Facebook advertising, and I've got to do some really cool Instagram posts because it's all about making your mark in a very crowded market. So I chose Canva. Yes, I looked at Lucid Press. It's a fantastic piece of kit, but for me it was much more about designing brochures and catalogues, and the way my business is going, it's definitely going to be much more about Instagram and Pinterest. So I needed something that was easy to use, and I really mean easy to use, really simple in terms of its dashboard, and gave me access to instant resources so I could hit the ground running. Now, I used the free version of Canva for a little while. I found it really intuitive for me. So yes, I now use the paid for version of Canva. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through a few bits and pieces about actually how to use Canva. It is in no way detailed at all. There are a million things you can do that will make your production look amazing. But to give you just a simple overview, here's some of the things that I found, and we'll have a little look and then we'll talk about something else.
Okay, so this is Canva and this is how it opens up when you start. You really can design anything, and it has been designed with idiots like me in mind. So along here, along the front page, you will see all sorts of posts, tools that you can use. So Instagram posts, logos, business documents, videos, they're all showing here along in this search box tool. Alternatively, you can go up to the left and there's a templates button, and within the templates button by category, we've got social media or business or marketing, and within those headings you'll find logos or templates for anything that you want. Alternatively, you can go back to the main page and there's an actual search box. So let's put in Instagram post, and then you get options which you can scroll through. And we'll scroll through. Yep, there we go. And we can pick what it is we want. So an animated Instagram post. And when it loads, it's loading now for us. Yep, you get to see all of the different things, different templates that you can use. So enormously simple to search, which is a great feature. Let's head on back to the front page. Okay, so let's put in Instagram post again, and we're going to go to some of the stuff that I've been using. So here we go, and when it loads, what you will see on the left hand side are hopefully a whole load of templates. There they go, they're loading. So I've put in Instagram post, those are the templates that have come up on the left hand side. So let's say I want to do something based on fashion, put fashion into the search box, and it's bringing me up all sorts of Instagram templates that I could use for fashion. And let's select this lovely lady here now. There we go. So that's a template that I could use on Instagram. It happens to be in the fashion category. Now, obviously, she might not be the lady that I want to use. So I've got the design, the basic design now sorted. So I'm going to change the photograph. So you go along to the left and you pick other photographs that you might want, and if there's nothing immediately apparent, you can again go to the search box on the top left, and let's put women in dresses, see what we get. Always good dress ladies. Okay, so we've gone along, we've got the template, we've gone along, no photos that we liked previously, we've searched by going to the top left search box. We've put in what we want. It could have been cats. There are lots of cats in Canva, which is good news for me. I'm a cat lover. But in this case, we've selected a woman in a dress and we've slid the image over across into our template. Now, obviously, if you can see here, if you click where any of the boxes are, that's where you can change what's inside. So we can actually change the text in this box to something appropriate. So within this design, we have a template. We've now changed the photograph and we've now changed the text. So it's a very flexible piece of kit in terms of producing something simple, quick and easy that looks amazingly effective for whatever it is that you want. Now, because I happen to use Canva a lot, I have got the paid for plan. I'll come back to pricing in a minute. So I actually have access to standard videos, and these templates work just as well with videos as they do with images. Let's pop this lovely lady in here and that lovely necklace. Yes, you're gorgeous, darling. So you could put a video of yourself in there if you don't have the paid for plan. Again, another lovely lady in a red dress. So if you're not using the paid for plan, you won't have access to videos, but you can create and store your own photographs and your own videos, download them, upload them even into Canva, and you'll have access to use them on all of the templates that you want to use. And just to prove a point, I've gone to some of the things I've uploaded. Lots of photos of me there. So let's replace the lovely lady in the red dress. I'm feeling a bit sort of denim today, so that's a photo of me. So template that we like, change the photo, there I am again, different photo, and you can change the text on there as well. So lots of possibilities there, and we've happened to choose an Instagram post to demonstrate this, but this could be a Facebook page, it could be a Facebook banner, it could be an email header, for example. So I've just hit the back button and we've come back to the front page. Don't panic because the design anything banner across the front has changed colour. It does that, it doesn't mean anything. And we're now going to go across and do something else. So here we go, clicking through. My Wi-Fi is running a little bit slowly today. So here what you have, just to demonstrate, are some of the posts that I put out on Instagram. So I've selected a template and I have changed the text colour and I've changed the text style and popped that in there. So those are some of the Instagram posts of mine you may have seen. And no, ladies, never ever wrestle with a pig. So there we go, and hit the back button, back to the front page. So that shows you how simple that is. Let's just look at something else. Let's go to, let's have a look here. Let's go to logos. And there are lots of different types of logos that you can choose. It is just a template, so the possibilities are infinite. So let's pick a logo for your new business. So you quite like the green tree. It looks as if it's going to represent you really well when it loads. That's my internet people. Okay, so here's a logo. Great basic design, but I need to obviously change the text to my business name, which we'll do now. And then that green is lovely, but no, it's not representing how I feel at the moment. So maybe we should go for something like fire engine red. Nope, not working for me. I'm a bit of a pink girl at the moment, so you can easily change the background colours very simply. And also, if you want to, the other images, the other colours can be changed as well. So did you see how I do that? You simply select part of the image you want to change and then go to the colour palette box and tick, and it will, as if by magic, change for you. Okay, so let's head on back. So we'll go back to the front screen now. And what we're actually going to do once the front screen loads for us is we are actually going to delete that logo because I don't need it, but just to show you how easy it is, click on the three dots and move that logo across to trash. So here we have some of the things that I've done. I've already mentioned the Instagram posts, I've done workbooks, I've done templates, I've done diagrams, email headers. Let me just show you how the email headers for me actually look. All of these are saved templates for me. Yes, lots of pictures of me in various guises. So that's what I've done with my email templates. So very simple, simple template, simple colour, simple text, picture of me, all good, very simple to do. Okay, just to show you something else, here from a template I have created a vision and values slide that I send out to people who are joining me in the sisterhood when it loads. There we go. Again, a basic template, putting in my own text, my own content, and adding my own colours. Now, one of the challenges with Canva is that it opens a tab every time, but that's not a major challenge. Just click close the things you don't require. Now, as I say, I have the paid for version, which I love. It gives me access to stock images and to stock footage, because I'm now doing a lot of posts. I'm doing sort of 5 to 8 Instagram posts a day. I'm active on Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. But you don't need to, ladies. You can easily use the basic version, and you can upload your images into it, and it will give you all of the tools that you need. So let's just talk about how we save some of the images. So let's go back to me and my email headers. So head on over here to the right hand side, and there's a very simple download button. Now you can save one page at a time or multiple pages. That's not a problem, whatever's best for you. Now there is a sizing option here for me because it is the paid for version. You wouldn't get that in the free version, and I also have the option to do transparency. So if I wanted to put a logo on a different coloured background, that's when that would be useful. Okay, size. Now I save things very high res so that I can reduce the resolution when I apply them if I want to. You don't have this option in the free version, but the free version does give you everything you need for Facebook and Instagram, certainly to get you started. So you would just hit the download button, select the size and what you want, and off you go.
So that's kind of why I like Canva, not least because it makes me and my posts look good. It's very simple to use. Now, having got all these amazing posts, amazing email headers and Facebook flags and advertising and all of that, I've now got to get it out there. And yes, I do want a life at some point. No, I'm kidding, but yes, you're going to need some kind of scheduling tool if this is a serious business. Sitting there for hours on end simply pressing the button is not going to work in the long run. So I looked at Sprout Social and I looked at Loomily. Both have different pros and cons. Both are very, very good. Lumal is good. Sprout Social for me was a little bit overspec'd, so I've actually gone with Hootsuite. Now Hootsuite used to have a free version, so hands up here, I used to use the free version for myself historically, and I've certainly used Hootsuite for a client and they gave me access to their account for a little while. So I have used it in the past. I now do pay for a Hootsuite account of my own, because if I'm going to schedule things, I really need to know what I'm doing and where I'm going. Now, a paid for account, unfortunately they don't do the free ones anymore. A paid for account will let you pretty much schedule to infinity and beyond, and you can also put in all of your social media if you choose to do so. So that's our Twitter and Facebook and our Pinterest and Instagram. Now, I don't use it for all of them. I happen to use it for Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram. My Twitter is run by my dog Puddles, and she feels that she can keep up with her social media without a scheduling tool. Now Hootsuite for me works really, really well. As I say, no free version at the moment, but you do get a 30-day trial, which I would recommend. Certainly if you're starting out, it will allow you to grow and build over that 30 days, and then you can evaluate whether a scheduling tool, let alone Hootsuite, is good for you. It's incredibly simple, so let's head over to my little video about how to look at Hootsuite, and then we'll take it from there.
So this is the Hootsuite dashboard, and as you can see, I've got my Instagram and my Facebook showing here at the moment. You can then add another stream or add another social network. So a very simple dashboard indeed. So let's add another stream. So we hit the add stream button, and I'm going to add LinkedIn, and I'm going to put the schedule posts into my stream and also the updates. So now across the board, I've got Facebook, I've got Instagram, and I've got LinkedIn, and you can also add another social network by hitting the add social network button. Let's whiz over here and start a new post. So go to the little guess what pencil in a box and click there, and this box comes up. Now you can individually add each of the social media that you have, so individually Facebook or LinkedIn. I've clicked to hit all three at the same time, and then you write the text in, guess what, the text box. So there's the text in that text box. Now helpfully it gives you just above the text box a number of characters for each individual social media. Now what I did there was I whizzed to just underneath the text box, and that allows me to select media files, which you can see on the bottom left there, and it's now uploading a photo which will appear on the right hand side. So whilst it does that, let's go over and have a look at the scheduling feature. So we hit schedule and the calendar comes up. You can schedule pretty much any time in the future if you have the paid for package, way into the future, but let's just schedule for the 26th of August in this particular case, and that's done that there. Now going back over to the text box, something that I should mention is this is where you would put your hashtags if you're going to put hashtags into your posts. Remember also that different social media has the allowance of different numbers of hashtags. So Facebook, for example, doesn't want as many or allow as many as Instagram, and neither does LinkedIn. So what we will do now, having put hashtags in there, is we'll go across and schedule that post by hitting schedule. You can see the little button working, fantastic, and it tells me 3 posts have been scheduled. So let's look for them on my Instagram, my LinkedIn and my Facebook. So you would whiz down the scheduled column and you will look for the actual post. So that happens to be my Facebook one. So let's look on the Instagram one. And let's find what we've just posted. There it is. That's the picture of me. I don't really want that to go out with the words just hashtags, so click the 3 dots and delete. Yes, I want to delete. Let's go back across to Facebook and do exactly the same. Very simple process. Click the delete button and off they go. And last but not least, let's remove it from the scheduled on my LinkedIn. As you can see, my updates and my posts are all showing on the dashboard as well that have already gone out. Okay, what you can also do is put all of your social media into one place, and you can have all of your communications or your messages in one place as well. An incredibly simple but incredibly powerful dashboard that is very, very easy to use.
So Hootsuite works for me in scheduling those three main kinds of social media. Now, something I want to talk about is Pinterest. Pinterest is slightly different. Yes, it's a social media platform, but it's actually a search engine. It's the 5th largest search engine in the world, and certainly for my target audience, it's a huge piece of my strategy. Now, Pinterest works in a slightly different way. I don't know if you've been on Pinterest at all. It certainly is good for we ladies and our fashion blogs, but just to give you a bit of an overview, what you do is you create boards that you pin things you like to. So I've got 39 boards currently, and the reason it helps my business is I have those 39 boards and I pin things I like to them. If people look at those boards, they'll also find me, and then they'll click through to my website and through to my social media. So it means that it's really important that I pin to those 39 boards every day, at least once a day. And I'm also growing my proportion of board proportion. I want more boards because I've certainly got more subjects that I can talk about. So actually pinning to each of those boards every day, at least once a day, can be a screaming nightmare. Now, yes, I can post cats and fashion, and I don't mind sitting in front of the TV and doing that. In fact, I need a life because I really enjoy that. But in a business sense, it's not really going to work for me, and Pinterest is a huge tool to reach my audience and probably yours. So the way I do it is I use something called Tailwind. I'm going to just show you now very quickly what Tailwind is and connect it into Pinterest. It's much more complicated if you start diving right in there, but it's a scheduling tool that helps me schedule all of my pins. So let's have a little look at that, and again, if you've got any questions or queries, we can certainly look at that in more detail later. So here's a little bit about Pinterest and a teeny weeny bit about Tailwind.
So, the world's fastest tutorial on Pinterest. So here are all your boards on Pinterest. So far so good. You can look at your boards in the normal manner. So if I wanted to save this, for example, I could hit save, and I can save it to a board in the normal way. So I could go into the board the normal way, select my outfit ideas, go through all of my boards, and then hit where I wanted to save it to, which is so far so good, but it's not very efficient if you're wanting to pin lots of boards at the same time, because the more boards you pin, the more people will see your stuff when they click through from Pinterest. So what we need to do is we actually need to go into a pin and have a look at it. No, don't think I like that one, so we'll close that one down actually, so that's not for us. So let's find something else. Okay, let's look at elevator speech, I think so. Let's look at that. Could check anything else I want. Nope, definitely want to look at that. So if I go in there, you'll see the little Tailwind logo has appeared. And if I click on that, what it will allow me to do is it will allow me to pin that particular pin to lots of boards simultaneously. So if I go over here onto the left, yes, I've decided I quite like the idea of an elevator speech. And if I put in there what I'm looking for, it will bring up all of the boards that I have grouped together in things such as marketing or business. So there are 9, I think, in this particular set of boards. So it will allow me to pin that elevator pitch pin to all of those boards simultaneously at the same time, obviously, and I just hit save, and that will do that for me, and it will schedule it into the future. I've set it up to go out as and when I want it to. Now, because I've done that, it's brought up other pins that I might be interested in. So let's look at tips for wildly successful newsletter. Yes, I can pin those too. So I would identify which boards that I might be interested in even, and click go, and that will be scheduled for the future as well. So using Tailwind and Pinterest together in this way makes it much more efficient. So you would simply go to your Pinterest Tailwind would be loaded. You would click through and then you can pin simultaneously to all of your boards. I know I'm whizzing through this quickly, but just to show you, this is the Tailwind dashboard. This is what it looks like. This is how I have it set up so that my pins go out at an appropriate time. And just as you would do with Hootsuite, you actually schedule when you want those pins to be applied to the boards that you have selected, which you do by going onto the left hand side and selecting the pins that you want to go out when. It's a very simple system. I'm not really going to dive through it too much. It's just to show you how useful it is in terms of pinning, in terms of getting your social media pins out there. Okay, just some pricing for you. This is Tailwind. Pinterest Plus is $9 a month. If you look at Hootsuite, as I say, they have a 30-day trial. I would suggest that the professional package is more than adequate for most people, and that's a useful tool in terms of your scheduling. Tailwind is also really valuable if you look at it in terms of your time. Because obviously be pinning for hours otherwise. And last but not least, here is Canva. You can do everything you need to do with Canva, and you can do it with the free package, and obviously start there. Make sure it's the one for you. I do have the pro package, and I find that that gives me everything I need to do with Canva and more, to be perfectly honest with you. Again, there is a free trial, so you can have a go before you commit to anything. So that's the sort of pricing. It can all add up at the end of each month, but unless you're going to do it all yourself, they are very, very useful tools.
So those are the 3 tools I use regularly in my business. I do have other resource and other production tools that I use that I will get to in another video. That was the world's quickest overview of those 3 things. Trust me, I've given you no real information, and I am aware of that. If it's something that we want to get into later together, then let's do that. Let's do proper videos about all of those. But I hope it's given you a taste and an introduction, and perhaps some way to direct your business if you're new to the social media space. So I hope you enjoyed that video, this video, and it's been useful to you. So if you liked my video, why not join me on the website brainybiscuit.com. I've got an amazing download all about how to get anything you want. Yes, really, go and download it. You'll see exactly what I mean. Join me on my Facebook group, yes, The Brainy Biscuit, or over at Instagram, The Brainy Biscuit. Obviously, what you will see there is amazing resources provided by Canva and amazing scheduling provided by both Tailwind and Hootsuite. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and you've got something from it. So if you have, give me a thumbs up, press that bell, and you will get me in your inbox all of the time. And I'd love you to like the video too. So until next time, let's build some business confidence together, and I hope to see you all really, really soon.